Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham.
Namaste. Welcome to Kaivalya Yoga Gurukulam for another exciting journey into the body, mind, and spirit. In the last class, I had told you to complete the kriyas and come to the class. I hope you remember to do them. If not, it's okay to skip for one day, but please remember to do the kriyas on the 2 days. Mondays, we will do the kriyas in the class, just to make sure we are on the same page. But on Wednesdays and Fridays, please do the kriyas and come to the class. A word of caution as always, please always check with your doctor if you have any doubts before coming to the class. And also always remember, I cannot see you. I have no idea of your physical fitness, your age, your capability physically to be able to do these asanas. So take responsibility of your health, of your exercise, and do as much as you can. I always say step outside the comfort zone slightly and just stay there. Flexibility will come by itself. It's more important to focus on the integrity of the pose and know how to do it. Having said that, let's begin the class with 3 simple Oms. Helps get our mind in tune and all of us in tune into that one virtual space that we create with the 3 Oms. All right, let's begin. Take a deep breath in. Breathe in. All right. Before we begin, I want you to do a simple warm up where we rock back and forth, sitting with our knees spread out, go all the way back and come up. It's fairly simple, but make sure the butt goes up. So you press the nape of your neck, the back of your neck right here. This should press to the ground. Okay? So you're going all the way like that, up till here, and then come back. Just for a second, and come back. Watch my feet, they don't go up like this. So keep it close. You're rolled up like a ball. Feet apart. 3 to 4, 5 times. All right. Now, for those of you who are able to do that easily, then try this. If not, just try the same one. You start from here, from the tips of your toes sitting like this. You're going to hold the knees, feet apart, and knees apart. And then you roll back and come up. Try and keep your hands stretched out like this, rather than hold your knees. Do this. This is easier. Do this way. Go back and come up. Go back. Come up on your toes. Go back. Come up on your toes. Go back. One more time. That's it. And slowly come up. Feet slightly apart. Just knees bent. It's just a lazy stretch. Remember, this is a lazy stretch. Knees slightly bent. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Drop your head down. Hands down. Straighten your legs now. Straighten your knees. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. Just a mild stretch. All right. Bend your knees and come up slowly into Tadasana. Feet hip-width apart. Stomach pulled in. Take your left hand to the back. Make sure there's no arch in the back. If there is arch, if you are standing like this, then drive your hip. Watch this hip movement is very important. I teach it in the beginners class, but doesn't mean that intermediate and advanced students don't do this, because this is a very, very important foundation for all standing exercise. This is the way you stand, not like this. You don't stand like this with this coming out. You have to stand straight. So this movement is what you need to understand. Slight thrust of the hip will straighten the spine. Take the weight on your back. Take the weight on your thighs. The body weight is taken on the thighs. The back is relieved. You can stand like this for many hours, if you will, because the thighs are very strong. They can take the weight of the body, but not your back. And this becomes your basis for all standing poses. So even in between sun salutations, as you do and come stand, immediately your focus should be on the hip. Push it slightly forward and stand straight. This is how you breathe in. Also, always remember Lagu Uddiyana. Apply pressure in your stomach slightly. Keep it always pulled in as much as you can throughout the yoga session. All right. Let's do a couple of rounds of Surya Namaskar just to get the body warmed up. Join your palms together, feet apart. Bend your knees, take a deep inhalation, raise your hands up. As you exhale, bend your knees, come down. Drop your head down. Take your right foot back. Place your right knee on the floor, right toes pointed out, look up. Open up this part, feel the stretch here. When you're doing it as a warm-up, see what do I just rotate a little bit. I kind of push my way, put my weight here, so it kind of stretches. So when you're doing a warm-up, you can afford to do that. Just to stretch, a lazy stretch, opening up the hip joints here. All right, left foot back, body parallel. A slow push-up here. Come all the way down, just to tone the shoulders and the muscles of the hands, your palms, your wrists. Hold it there for a few seconds. Breathe in and out. Pull your stomach in. Breathe and come up. Go into Adho Mukha Svanasana again. Bend your knees nicely first. Begin to arch your back. Drive your shoulders towards your feet. Neck relaxed. Once you get your arch, then if you want, you can begin to straighten your knees. Breathe in and out. Again, lazy stretches. All right, Shashtanga Namaskarasana. Knees, chest and chin on the floor. Rest your body fully on the ground. Hands by the side of your chest. Feet slightly apart. Breathe and come up. Bhujangasana. Breathe in and out. Arch your back. Elbows close to the body. Come down. All right. Go back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Arch your back. Breathe. Keep your stomach pulled in. Okay, right foot forward. All the way. This time. So your left knee is at the back now. Again, stretch your hip. Left hip. Again, if necessary, bend to one side like this. You see this? I take my hand, right hand on knee and stretch. Focus is all on this area, the hip area here. All right. Bring your left foot forward. Feet slightly apart. Begin to stretch your hamstrings. See if you can hold the back of your ankles, back of your calves, wherever you can reach. Or simply hold your toes. Just a warm-up stretch. Pull your stomach and breathe in and out through the back. Okay, bend your knees. Breathe in. Come up. And as you breathe out, into Tadasana. Hands on either side. Feet, look down at your feet. Make sure they are parallel. Close your eyes. Become aware of your hip. Thrust your hip slightly forward and upward. Rotation, hip rotation. Thrusting it forward and upward so your back is straight. Be the mountain. All right, join your palms together. We'll do this one more round for warm-up. Bend your knees. Inhale, raise your hands up. As you exhale, bend your knees, come down. Hands on either side of your body. This time, straighten your knees. Let's pause here, stretch. Pull your stomach in. All right, this time we begin with the left leg. Take a left leg back. As far back as you can. Again, stretch. Open up that hip. Drive your hip down. Okay, this time, come up. Right hand on your right knee. Left hand on top, come up. First, take your hip up like this. Okay, you're like this. Now, focus on the hip and drive it down towards your feet. From here, start going down. But notice my knee is perpendicular to the ground. Okay, if your knee is gone like this, please take the other leg back more. So knee is perpendicular, your hip is driving towards torso straight. Open up the hip on the other side. Breathe in and out. With your palms on your knee, press the knee. Stomach pulled in. And come back. Push-ups position. Push-ups position. Let's do a quick push-up. When I say quick, I'm lying. Just stay here. Breathe in and out. Again, don't stick your butt out like up so much like this. Try and keep them all parallel to the floor. Just to tone your chest, your shoulders, Excellent. Breathe in and out. And push up. Come up. Excellent. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Arch your back. This time go for an intense arch. Feel the shoulder blades, the dorsal part of the spine, just below, behind the chest, below the neck region. Breathe in and out. All right, Shashtanga Namaskarasana. Knees, chest and chin. Now come down fully on the floor. Fully on the floor. Relax for a second. Palms on either side of your chest, or you can keep it slightly up. Breathe in and come up. Bhujangasana. Breathe in and out. Look up. Don't raise your eyebrows. And come down gently. Pause for a second. Palms on the floor by the side of your chest. Come up on all fours. We're going back into Adho Mukha Svanasana for a good stretch. So go back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pull your stomach and breathe in and out. All right, bring your left foot forward. Right knee back. Open up the hip. Left hand on your knees. Right palm on top of your left palm. Drive your hip down into the floor. Into the floor down here. Make sure the knee is perpendicular. Breathe in and out. Stomach pulled in. Deep breathing in and out from the chest. This is what awakens the Agni, warms up the whole body, and begins to move your consciousness upwards. All right. Come forward. Bring your right foot to the front, feet slightly apart. Let's do a nice stretch. Hold, bend your knees, hold the back of your ankles, drop your head down. Then as you breathe out, begin to straighten the knee. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. For those of you who can even hold your wrist like this, take it all the way down, lock them in. Makes it a more intense stretch. And breathe through the back of your lungs. All right, bend your knees. Raise your hands up. Inhale, come up. And exhale, come back. To Tadasana. Hands on either side, hips slightly thrust forward. Weight taken on your thighs. Stomach pulled in, breathe in and out. Feel your contact with the earth. Allow the earth's energies to enter through your feet. Take a deep breath. Open your eyes. All right. And before we go further, check your nostrils, which nostril is active. So close one nostril, the left. Breathe in and out through the right. And switch. See which one is more active. And accordingly, mentally prepare yourself for the routine. As I always say, if your right is active, know that your body is ready to push itself. But not over the limit, always use common sense. And if your left is active, then be more cautious than you normally would be. Okay? And always in the middle of the class, even if I don't remember, anytime you want, you can always check the nostril. And if it has already shifted, because I say these things shift between every 70 to 90 minutes. So if it is shifted, then you can increase the intensity or lessen the pace depending on how you are practicing earlier. Okay? Standing pose. Let me do one simple hip opening routine here. We're going to stand, lift one leg up, and open the hip. It brings in balance. At the same time, it also teaches us, tones all these muscles. It also teaches us balance and helps opening the hip. So lean on your left foot. You know what? Let's do the tree pose. So that way it helps us warm up for this exercise. So tree pose, raise your right foot as high as you can. Drive it into the upper thigh. Okay. Open up the hip. Open up the hip. Watch my foot on the ground. It's alive. It's grabbing the flow, right? It's active. Open up the hip. Join your palms in front. Balance. Drive your heel into the thigh. Open up the hip. This is the hip opening routine. And a balance altogether. It's a very powerful exercise. Now, for those of you who got it, work on your hip. Thrust your hip forward like you did in Tadasana. Lengthen the spine at the back. There should be no curvature in the lower back of the spine. Your knee is very slightly bent, the knee on the floor, very slightly bent. So the thigh is taking the weight of the body. Breathe in and out. If you can, raise your hands up. I know there's a lot going on here as you learn each pose, but be patient. Focus on what appears to be the most weak spot initially. Work on it one by one. As weeks go by, you will learn to perfect the pose. Stomach pulled in, breathe in and out through the chest. Bring your hands slowly down from here. Continue standing on one foot. Hold the knee. Take it straight up. Excellent. Good. From here, right hand on your knee, left hand on your waist, stomach pulled in. Open up the hip. Open up the hip. If balance is an issue, I stretch out my hand like this, helps me balance. You can do that as well. Open up the hip. You're continuing standing on that one leg, one foot. Let it burn. Come back and slowly come back into Tadasana. Excellent. So when you're holding that for a long time, and we can do more variations just in that pose before coming down, but we'll get to that slowly. Let's build the muscles up first. Those muscles get toned. A lot of balance is brought into the mind. The brain begins to understand what balance is, and then you can apply that in all aspects of your life. All right, the other side. Lean on your right foot. Raise your left leg up as high as you can. Drive it into the upper thigh. If you can't reach all the way, stay where you are, but don't put your heel against the inner knee here. This is not where you want to be, either below or above. So if you're in the intermediate class, I'm assuming you can go above the knee. Okay? Drive your heel into the thigh. Open up the hip. Open up the hip, join your palms together. Balance is a continuous search, so don't try to go for stillness. It's okay to sway, trees sway, but don't let the tree fall. Open up the hip, thrust your hip forward. If you take your right hand to the back of your lower back, make sure there is no curvature in the spine, the lower spine. If it is, thrust your hip forward. Your right knee is slightly bent. If you notice my knees are not locked in. Stomach pulled in, breathe in and out. Excellent. Raise your hands up. Join your palms together. Continue breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. Keep your eyes focused at a spot. Deep breath. Again, like the tree, the foot on the ground absorbs energy from the earth. We'll begin to understand those things as we continue our practice. Come back down. Now, without coming all the way down, hold your left hand. On your left knee, raise your knee up towards the chest, then open up. Open up the hip. Stomach pulled in, breathe in and out. Open up the hip, stay there. Let the knee not go down, raise it up higher. Stomach pulled in. And come back into Tadasana. Excellent. Feet parallel, look at your feet, make sure they are parallel. Hands on either side, hips slightly thrust forward, stomach pulled in. Close your eyes. Shift your body weight equally on both your feet, right foot and left foot. Breathe in and out. Be the mountain. Feel your connection with the earth. Feel gravity holding you down. With stomach pulled in now, with every inhalation, feel your consciousness moving up. Feel an energy rather, just feel an energy coming up with inhalation from the stomach region. And then send that energy out as you exhale. So you create a cycle of breathing. You draw in the energy from the earth with every inhalation. With every exhalation, you release it back to the earth. So you establish a cycle of energy. Okay? At this point, it will be just visualization, and that's fine for many of us. Slowly, it becomes an experience with practice. So you will begin with every inhalation, draw the energy into your body from the soles of your feet. And with every exhalation, you pass it out. So in every pose, when we breathe in and out, we begin to understand, where am I drawing this energy from and releasing it back into the universe. So that's how you experience that constant cycle of inhalations and exhalations. All right? Okay, I just keep changing directions. You don't have to. You're on the mat. We're going to start doing some standing poses. We'll do the triangle poses here. Take your right foot back. Turn your right foot out, straight to point straight ahead. Left foot points in this direction. Hip, again, like this. If you're using a block, place a block in front. Keep a block handy just to show you that option exists for those of you who are using a block. You can keep the block like this, like this, like this, depending on where you can reach. Okay? All right. Right hand on your waist, breathe and raise the left hand up. As you breathe out, there's a side stretch. So reach out to the side, don't tilt and bend forward. Sideways. Drop your hands down. Lean back. Don't lean forward like this. Lean back. Very nice. Raise the right hand up. Pull your stomach and breathe in and out. Your left hand is down on the ground or on the block. Breathe in and out. Open up the chest. Breathe in and out. Try and look at your palm, the right palm, with your eyes. If your eyes open, look at your right palm by rotating your shoulders. And bend your left knee. Come up slowly. Come into position. Bring your hands down. Breathe in and out. Again, hips slightly thrust forward. Open up your right foot to the side. Left foot is straight. Right foot is like this. Your hips pointing straight ahead. Don't let your hip point like this. Again, those of you using a block, move the block here. Left hand on your waist. Breathe and raise the right hand up. As you breathe out, bend this knee initially. Reach out. And slowly come down. Rest your palms on the block or on the ground. Lean back. Raise the left hand up. Lean back. Rotate your shoulders and look up at your left palm. Stomach pulled in. Breathe in and out. Deep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. So this is what is the pose. Once you're in the pose, you begin to focus on the breath. Then with every inhalation, feel the energy coming in. Breathe in and out. All right, bend your front knee and come up. Bring that knee back, foot back into position. Hands down. Keep your hands relaxed if required. Or on your waist, wherever, whatever works for you. Your hip rotation. This hip movement is important. See this hip movement? Make sure it's not sticking out like this, straight. You have to be mindful of that. So the weight is taken by your thighs. It takes a lot of pressure off your lower back, okay? So even if you have mild back problems, you'll be able to cure them if you learn this technique. This is a very simple technique, but nobody teaches them these days. But because they're not perhaps learned it. This is what helps take the weight off the back. Weight comes on your thighs. Then do all your standing exercises without fear of working on your back. Parivrita Trikonasana. We're going to turn to one side fully. So how that is done? We have done this, I think, earlier. So left foot out. This time turn your right foot as well. So you rotate the hips as well, all pointing in the direction of your left foot. Okay, straight ahead. So your hip is turned fully now. I'm going to take the right hand and take it all the way to the outside of the left foot. So if you're using a block, place it on the outside near the pinky toe, little toe, whatever you call that. All right. Okay, left hand on your waist. As you go down, bend your knees. In the pose, straighten the knees. As you come up, bend your knees. Please keep that in mind. Breathe in, raise your hand up, right hand up. Stomach will be pulled in. Lengthen the spine. As you breathe out, bend your left knee, reach out. Bring your palm on the outside of the foot. Reach out, rest it on the block if you're using a block. Otherwise, rest it on the ground. Begin to straighten the knee. Rotate your torso. Back foot is fully on the ground. Watch my back foot doesn't come off like this. Okay, rotate, raise your left hand up, stomach pulled and breathe in and out. Element of balance required here, so balance. Deep breathing, or as steady as you can. Breathe in and out. One more breath. Come back gently, bend your knee, and come back. So there are many ways to come back. So after an intense stretch like this, you can just say, oh gosh, this was crazy, and come like this. It's perfectly okay, all right? Like I always say, you don't have to look pretty while coming up. If you have the strength, then you come up like this. It's all a matter of practice, okay? So be patient. All right. Take a few seconds, hip thrust forward. We'll repeat the same exercise on the other side. Turn your right foot out. And I have to rotate my hip as well, right? So what do I do with my back foot? I turn that as well. So I rotate the back foot as well. So my hip rotation, back foot rotation. Good. Once I'm in this position, stomach pulled in. I'm going to take my left hand on the outside of the right foot. So if you're using a block, place it on the outside of the right foot. This time I won't use a block. Breathe in, raise the left hand up. As you breathe out, bend your right knee, lean forward, reach out, lengthening the spine, and then drop your palms down, rest it on the outside. Begin to straighten your right knee, rotate your torso, raise your right hand up. Breathe in and out. Pull your stomach in, chest breathing. The right lung is open, so utilize the right lung. Back foot fully on the ground. Both your feet firmly placed on the ground. All right. Bend your knee slightly. Come up. Come back into the standing position. Breathe in and out. Once in a while, we'll take longer sessions. So we'll do longer routines. But you see how when you hold the pose in each, breathe in and out, not in a rush to go into the next pose, it becomes a true yoga practice. This is the original Hatha Yoga. Ha and Tha. Ha is the sun. Tha is the moon. So balancing the sun and the moon energies. We're going to do Parshvottanasana, an intense stretch. Perhaps a good time to check your nostril one more time. See, I make sure, in my case, the right nostril is active whenever I come to the yoga mat. So because of Nauli, I can shift the nostril. There must be some easier ways to shift consciously, but we'll get to that slowly when we understand more of the sun and the moon energy and so on. It's called Swara. Swara is breath, Swara sadhana. There's a whole spiritual practice just based on the breathing alone. All right, intense Parshvottanasana. Rotate your hips, everything like we did last time. I'm going to take both my hands up and bend forward. So breathe and raise your hands up. Stomach pulled in. As you breathe out, bend your front knee, reach out first, lengthen the spine. Drop your palms down. If you're using a block, rest it on the block behind. Keep your stomach pulled in. Drop your head down. And if required, begin to straighten. If you can, rather, begin to straighten the front knee. For those of you who can, just drop your entire torso on the top of your leg, on your thighs. Your chest rests on your thigh. Breathe in and out. Back foot is fully on the floor. Don't raise your back knee. Don't do this. Focus. Breathe in and out. Use the back of your lungs to breathe. Stomach is pulled in. All right. Bend your front knee. Rest your chest on the knee. Interlock your fingers at the back. Raise your hands up. And in this pose, you can turn your palm inwards, outwards. Try both those variations. Drop down again, stretch. If you can keep your chest in contact with your thighs, do so. But again, listen to your body. Stretch as much as you can. Breathe in and out. Keep your eyes open for balance. Turn your palm outwards if you can. Bring your hands down further. Stomach pulled in. Drop your hands down. Bend your knee. Again, you can rest your hands on your knee and come up. Otherwise, stretch, breathe. As you breathe out, come back. Fantastic. You're doing a few poses in every class. But with every pose, you're beginning to open, strengthen, open the hips, strengthen your hamstrings, strengthen the lower backs. Work on all this part. In fact, you're working on shoulders. Almost every part from the neck below, right up to the toes of your feet. That's how very powerful these exercises are. So never chase numbers. Stay in the pose. Hold that pose. Every pose is very important. Rotate your hips. Back foot as well. Turn to the right side this time. Okay? Breathe in. Raise both your hands up. Stomach pulled in. As you breathe out, bend your right knee, lean forward. Drop your hands down again if you're using a block. Place your hands on the block. Begin to straighten the front knee. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings all the way right to the base of your glutes. Your buttocks, you'll feel the stretch. Drop your hands down. Stomach pulled in. Breathe through the back.
fill your lungs in the back and breathe out. Try and maintain the same length of your inhalations and exhalations. Exhalations always slightly longer. All right, bend your front knee, interlock your fingers at the back, resting your chest on your knee. So you give your legs a little break. Raise your hands up, and with your chest in contact with your thigh, begin to straighten if you can. Drop your head down. Breathe in and out. Keep your eyes open for balance. Stomach in. This time you breathe in and out through the chest, because chest is open, the back is squeezed. Turn your palm outwards. Breathe in and out. Hold the pose there. Maintain the intensity of the stretch. Come back down slowly. Bend your front knee. Again, you can hold your knees and come up. Otherwise, come up straight. Hands down on either side. Hip slightly thrust forward. Breathe in and out. Into Tadasana. The moment you land in Tadasana, your hip should be like this, okay? Right? Don't stand. This should become a habit now. All right. Let's gently sit down. We'll do a simple forward stretch. Before we go into Shavasana, it's already 7:40. So legs stretched out. Raise both your hands up. Bend your knees. Hold on to your feet. Now, if required, you can use the belt. For those of you who are still struggling between beginners and intermediate levels, you can start with this. That's fine, okay? And as you stretch out, you can hold this. Now, when I practice this, I try to slip out like this. So try and see if you can, okay? Hold this. Breathe in. This time, throughout, you're going to breathe from the back of your lungs, between the shoulder blades, okay? So breathe in. As you breathe out, stretch. Every time you finish your exhalation, pause, breathe in. As you breathe out, stretch. Breathe in and out. Reach out, stretch. Stomach is pulled in, breathe in and out to the back of your lungs. Breathe in and out. Drop your head down if you can. Hold the pose there. It'll wake you up nicely before Shavasana, so you won't feel sleepy. Hold it. Deep breathing. Focus on the breath. All right. Bend your knees slightly. Come up. And straight. And come down. So why do we do this? Again, safety of the back. Because in this pose, don't do it. I'm just showing you. In this pose, you're stretching fully. So you're tired. You just want to come off. So don't do, I'm tired. Don't do this. This is exactly where injuries start happening. So you're here. There are two ways to come out. You can stretch your hands out and come up straight. The deep inhalation. Okay? Otherwise, from here, bend your knee slightly and come up. Inhale and come up. Come back down. Always remember, injuries happen while going into the pose, most of them, while going into the pose, while coming out of the pose. While in the pose, you're doing nothing. You're just staying in the pose. Very less chance of injuries. But still, certain injuries can happen. When I say injuries, muscle pulls, muscle spasms. In the pose, how can an injury happen? If you hold your breath. That is why in the pose, I keep saying, breathe, breathe, breathe. In the pose, because it's struggling, you hold your breath, your muscle gets tight. It goes into a survival mode. The body goes into a shock. Don't hold your breath in any pose. As it is, the body is going through a lot of strain, right? In the pose, breathe. So unconsciously, there is life. So the body says, okay, you know what? I'm able to breathe in this pose. That's good for me. Let me breathe, let me breathe. And then you teach the brain to ease down, to relax, and send messages to the right muscles so they begin to let go. The muscles become stronger, more flexible. The body eases into these poses. So learn to breathe in the pose. Always never hold your breath. And while going into the pose, going out of the pose, learn the technique. How should your back be? How should your knees be? If it's forward bends, always bend your knee going into the pose. Bend your knee coming out of the pose. Simple, right? And all of this will become second nature to you as you practice. All right. Let's lie down in Shavasana. See, we don't get time to do pranayama at all, so that's why you keep a separate time for pranayama. If you're seriously into this path, or another day like tomorrow, when you don't do asanas, you can sit and do at least 20 minutes, 24 minutes, ideally 48 minutes of simply alternate nostril breathing. That is also part of yoga. And when that nadis become flow easily, flexibility and all of this comes. So don't underestimate the power of simply doing the alternate nostril breathing. Having said that, now it's time to lie down. Lie down, bend your knees, open up your knees, press them down on either side of the chest. Just rock side to side to ease your back a little bit before you stretch out. All right, as always, you can place a bolster below your knees, or you could stretch out. Feet slightly apart, hands on either side of your body, palms facing up or down, doesn't matter. Take a deep breath. As you breathe out, close your eyes. This time, let go of your Lagu Uddiyana and everything. Let your stomach be relaxed. Close your eyes. Shift your awareness all the way down to the bottom of your feet. Wiggle your toes, flex your ankles, feel life in them. Feel life in them. And then gently withdraw the awareness, allowing your feet to go to sleep. Shift your awareness above the ankles, below the knees, to the shin bone in the front, the calf muscles behind. Feel your calf muscles resting on the yoga mat. Let them go. Your kneecaps, top of your knees, sides of your knees, the back of your knees. Allow your knees to collapse into the ground. Your body is lying down in a pose called Shavasana. Shava means corpse. So the body resembles a corpse. But what you practice in the pose is what makes this a very powerful practice. You learn to slowly guide your body into a state of deep rest while you continue watching the body go into a state of deep sleep. Shift your awareness to your thighs, your upper thighs, inner thighs, the back of your thighs, your hamstrings. We worked on them a lot today. Allow them to collapse into the flow. Shift your awareness to your pelvic region. Feel your glutes resting on the ground, your waist, your hips. Let your entire pelvis sink into the ground. From the waist and below, right up to the toes of your feet. Your body is loose, limp, and relaxed. Begin to surrender your body to Mother Earth. Feel the prana from the earth and the atoms and molecules of your body all mixing together. Allow your body to become the earth, part of the earth. It has always been part of the earth. Feel that deep connection. Feel gravity from the earth pulling you down. Go with the flow. That is Mother Earth embracing you. Yield to her embrace. The pranic energies from the earth begin to heal your body, rebuild your body, rejuvenate your body, as it were. Allow this to happen. Shift your awareness to your lower back. Relax the muscles of your lower back. And know that the base of your spine, the region of your lower back, holds a lot of memories, subconscious and unconscious memories, that we carry across lifetimes. As you surrender your body to the earth, surrender these memories as well. The fire in the bowl of the earth begins to burn these memories, reduce them to ashes so they cease to exist. Let go. Let go. Let go. Lighten the burden on your mind. Become mindful that this is a moment of deep cleansing, a deep inner awareness, an inner communication. Shift your awareness to the upper back, the large portion of your back behind your chest. Allow your torso to sink into the ground. Feel gravity pulling you down. Go with the flow. Shift your awareness to your shoulders. Relax the muscles of your shoulders. Let your awareness flow into both your arms, right arm and the left arm. Feel your biceps, triceps, forearms, wrists, palms, and your fingers. Observe life in your fingers. Move your fingers slightly. Feel life in them. And then gently withdraw the life from your fingers, from your palms. Let your arms become heavier and heavier and heavier. Let go. There is nothing to be afraid of. Worst case scenario, you will fall asleep, so let go. Let go. Shift your awareness to your abdominal muscles. Observe these muscles gently rise and fall as you breathe in and out. Go within. Allow your vital organs to slow down. Listen to your body. Feel your body. Stomach to the left, liver to the right, spleen and pancreas in the middle, kidneys deep inside, intestines, the large and the small. Talk to your body. Engage your body in this mindful conversation in silence, through feeling, through listening. Feel the 5 elements harmoniously interacting inside your body. And with themselves outside. The earth elements in your body interacting with the earth outside. Just begin to feel it. Don't analyze, don't think, just feel. same composition. Same building blocks of creation, earth. The water in you merging, interacting with the waters outside. Waters of the ocean, the river. Your blood, your sweat, your urine, your saliva. The fire in the pit of your stomach, the digestive juices, and the fire of the sun. The ability to transform, provide heat, warmth, health. The wind in your lungs, interacting with the wind outside, with the air outside. The space in the hollowness of your throat and the space outside. Allow every muscle in your face and your chest region to just relax. Allow your face to become the very window of your soul. Lips gently closed, the mouth is relaxed, eyelids are closed, eyeballs are relaxed. Feel the weight of your head as you allow your head to sink into the ground. From the top of the head to the tips of your toes, your body is deeply relaxed. Your mind is quiet, almost still. For the next few moments, as you experience the stillness in the inner sanctuary of your spirit, allow the rhythms of your pulse, of your breath, of your thought to merge with the cosmic rhythms. Allow the 5 elements in your body to merge with the 5 elements of the universe. In that expansion lies your home. Limitless boundaries. Horizons that don't exist, constantly teasing you, helping you expand your horizon, your own boundaries. That is the true nature of our spirits. In that expansion, there is inclusion, there is interconnectedness, there is oneness. And in that oneness, there is one divine energy, love. Gently take a deep breath. As you breathe out, slowly bring awareness back into your body. Move your toes, move your fingers, raise your hands over your head. Interlock your fingers and stretch. Turn to the left side perhaps and stretch. To the right side and stretch. Come back. Rub your palms together. Rub your palms together. Create warmth in your palms. Cover your eyes with your palms. Feel the warmth of the palms and your eyes. Open your eyes slowly. Turn to one side. Get up gently. Feeling fresh and relaxed. Let's sit for a minute. Use a bolster or a mat or a block to sit straight. Neck slightly tilted forward. Close your eyes. Join your palms in front of your chest with your eyes closed. Salutation pose. And express a heartfelt gratitude to the divine energies in the universe for allowing us to take one more journey into this body, mind, and spirit, for making this possible. Take a deep breath, open your eyes. As always, it's a great honor to be able to teach this ancient science. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Thank you for being part of this class. I'll see you on Friday. Please practice your kriyas. It just takes about 5 to 6 minutes, 7 minutes. So take time to sit in front of the class, in front of your TV or your monitor, iPad, whatever you're using, and practice those kriyas, and then prepare yourself mentally so we begin the class on time. Thanks as always, and until we meet again, have a blessed, most wonderful time. Thank you. We'll end the class with 1 Om and 3 Shantis.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.